And I'm sure that even when it comes to this Piscean energy, and I really wanted to get my brother Hamidi, who's an astrologer, on here, but Pisces energy just usually feels very watery, and very kind of murky, and especially when you've got Saturn in Pisces as well, it's like it can feel like that drudgy kind of energy whilst we're just being submerged in all of this water and information and energy. But yeah, I can definitely resonate with feeling tired. um, but yeah, I would just encourage you to just ground and to just follow your body. Make sure that your body gets what it needs, the replenishment that it needs. And yeah, just start learning to tune into your body and be okay with resting. Resting is receiving. You know, resting is receiving. Greetings to everybody who is joining us on the live. I was just having an impromptu live, and just sharing some information about the energies of this month. This month is a very, very powerful month, and there are some really, really powerful changes happening on the global stage and also internally. And I suppose that, you know, like sometimes when you're about to go on a long journey or you're about to do something, it's like it's good for you to store up your energy and get rest before you do it. Same like when you're about to give birth. You know, you sleep all the time when you're about to give birth because you're storing up your energy ready for what's to come. So yeah, just follow what your body needs. Sullivan says Gemini, drowning in Pisces birthdays. Bless you. Oh God, then Pisces are deep. Bless you. But yeah, let's maybe if anyone's got any questions or anyone's got anything to share. Again, trying to accept people, but it's not really coming in. But let's yeah, just tune in and see maybe what guidance Spirit might have for us in terms of things that we need to be aware of this year. Also happy to pick any cards for everybody for their if they have a question or if you have a message. Also, don't forget we've got the equinox happening on the 20th of March, which again is just going to be powerful. All of this new energy coming in. So yeah, just take as much rest as you need. Even me. I feel tired. I feel tired too. So yeah, we're just being guided to take as much rest as we need and replenishment as we need. And so yeah, let's just tap in. Let's just tap in and see what messages that we have for the week ahead. Thanks for the topic, Lars. Really just want to take a few moments to just do a quick prayer and yeah, just get us centered. Just sound the Venus gong for a bit. Wrap ourselves up in a little bit of beauty. So wherever you are, just take a nice deep breath in and exhale. You're welcome, love. Breathing in, light. And as you exhale, just surrendering the breath, dropping the shoulders. Breathing in from the toes all the way to the crown. And then just exhaling and surrendering the breath. And as you just take a few moments to center in your own heart, you may even bring your hands to the heart and just connecting with your own heartbeat. And just seeing a beautiful spark in your heart, which represents your light and the light of the divine in you. And as you take a deep breath in and exhale, just see that light expanding outside of you with every breath, becoming bigger and bigger and just expanding into your auric field until you are surrounded by light. As you continue to breathe in and out, just seeing how your auric field expands and contracts with your breath. As you take a deep breath in, just sending the light from your heart down into the earth, grounding your roots into the earth, deep into Mother Earth's core. feeling the tug, support, and nurturance of being held by the earth. And as you take another deep breath in, just drawing down light from the heavens into your crown, your third eye, your throat, and your heart. And as you take another deep breath in and sink deeper into your heart, setting the intention to receive in this moment whatever is for your soul's highest good. Opening up yourself in divine communion with yourself, with the divine within. And just listening to your own soul for a moment. Receiving a gift or a message from the source within you. And as you breathe in, just absorbing that love and that light from yourself. Breathing out and extending it out to your home, to your community, to the world. And then drawing your energy back to yourself. And just set your intention in this moment to receive whatever it is for your highest good. As we ring the bell of Venus, calling in the energy of beauty, grace, and light. Calling in the energy of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the unified self. And just sending love into every cell of our bodies, into every organ, sending love into your energy field, clearing and cutting all cords. And as you take a deep breath in, just calling on the nourishing, healing light of the source. And giving thanks for peace and ease in your body. Just being aware of how you feel within your body as we pray. Divine creator of all there is, ancestors, guides, beings of light, those who love us unconditionally, Mother, Father, God. We thank you for the gift of life and for the gift of breath and for the opportunity to connect in this space, in this moment. We thank you for love, strength, guidance, and protection. And we ask that you guide our steps this week. We ask that you strengthen us and give us clear sight to see all that we need to see. Bless the works of our hands and the thoughts of our minds this week. And bless our path and guide us in the way that is divinely aligned for us from the guidance of our heart. Wish peace and blessings to all in this circle. And as you take another deep breath in and exhale, just bringing your hands together. When you're ready, opening your eyes and exhaling. And just giving thanks. Take a nice breath. I can feel some breeze coming in to the room. Let me know how that was for you. I could feel you all connected. It's like everybody just needed a moment to connect. A moment to connect with self. So let me know how that was for you. Thank you to the 11 souls who just joined in. And we're just going to tune into the, see, Lars says, beautiful, well needed. Just a moment to rest and receive. Mellow B says, gratitude, sis. I mean, I think even I needed it. Even I needed it. Mellow B says, definitely needed. We just need space to connect. Our minds are overworked. Our emotions are overworked. Our body is overworked. We're swimming against the tide when all we're really being encouraged to do is find the peace. Center and find the peace. So we're going to tap in and see what the guidance is for us all. Mellow B says, definitely needed. New Gen Rising says, thank you. Leslie Ann says, prayers and hugs. Julie says, gratitude. Loving, loving. I can feel you all now. Bless you all. All we need is that comfort and that space to connect. Sometimes it's really hard to do. Our Sacred Sister Circle says, really needed that this morning. I was so wired up. You see, that's why we have to just follow what our soul says to do. I'm honored. Thank you guys for connecting and being here with me. Okay, so let's tap into some soul messages. We are connected. Yes, we are. I can feel the energy in the room. I can just feel it. It feels anchored. It feels comforting. It feels nice. It feels good. And as I was just even saying all of those good things, the first card fell out. So we are going to be doing first just a general card for the collective for us all for this week. And then if you would like me to read a card for you personally, then please do put it in the messages, sorry, in the questions box, not in the comment box below. If you put it in the questions box, then I can keep abreast of everything that's coming up. So the first card that came out just after our meditation is Green Tara, and it speaks and it says, my soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. And when I started this, I was talking about the fact that everything that we have been going through has really been helping to chisel away at all of the parts of us that are people pleasing, all of the parts of us that are conditioned, all of the parts of us that interrupt us being authentically who we are. And that means all parts of who we are, parts that are deemed good or bad, really just authentically loving who it is that we are and letting our heart lead. And our heart has to be free to lead. When we talk about the weighing of the heart and the feather, interestingly enough, I picked up in a charity shop the actual judgment scene this week on Papyrus. However, the point I'm trying to make is that when the judgment scene talks about the weighing of the heart and the feather, it talks about the fact that when you come to meet your maker in the time of judgment, your heart will be weighed against the feather of truth. And your heart being weighed will be weighed with all of the things that were a burden and a heaviness to your heart. Sadness, pain, guilt, shame, all of those things that are unresolved, all of the hurt that you held in your heart, those are the things that are going to be weighed against the feather of truth. And so in order for us to keep our hearts light, we have to recognize that everybody in our life is part of the experience that we're having. All of us are here learning and helping each other to grow, that there is no good or there is no bad. Everything is working for us in divine order. And that for us, at the end of really each day, we should be looking to ensure that our heart weighs as light as the feather. It's never for anybody else, it's always for us. And so when our heart is light, when it's not marred by the illusions of guilt and shame and fear and rejection, it will just live liberated. It will live a liberated life. You'll be unapologetic about how you express yourself. There'll be no people pleasing, there'll be no conditioning. You'll do what is right. And that's what we're all here to do, to learn to live unapologetically from the light of our soul, because that is where the divine lives. The divine exists as the spark within us. When you are in your mother's womb and you are just cells that keep on growing and growing and growing, the part of the body that ignites itself in a way that no one can yet understand is the heart. It just seems to spark and everything else comes into fruition. That is the divine in you. That is the mark of the divine in you. And so when we learn to tap into the energy and the purity of our heart, that's when we tap into the power. And that's when we free ourselves from shame, hurt, guilt, and we understand that everything in life is teaching us. That allows us to be in a space of perpetual forgiveness, because that forgiveness is what allows us to keep our heart light. That forgiveness allows us to come into a space of understanding and compassion. When I'm working a lot with my clients who are dealing with trauma, I use hypnosis and regression therapy processes to help them basically get to a place where they can understand that even their parents, even the people in their lives that have caused them pain or trauma, have experienced pain and trauma also, and that ultimately we're all here teaching each other what it is that we need to learn, and that ultimately we're all here having the same experiences. Some of the expectations that we have placed on people because of the roles that we've given them, whether it's mother, father, brother, sister, all of that, ultimately they're just here playing a game, playing a part in the story that you have created for you to learn about you. So really, when we're walking around with all of this hate, this jealousy, this guilt, this shame, it means that we're still tethered to the experiences and we haven't yet gained the wisdom. We haven't yet recognized who it is that we truly are, and that we're not those experiences, and that ultimately we came to learn from them. Then that allows us to be in a space of perpetual forgiveness, and also to walk around with a clean and light heart. When your heart is light, it is able to be led freely and truthfully and honestly. So we are being encouraged to really be honest with where we're at with ourselves. Do that self-inquiry work. Do that self-healing work. Be honest about your anger. Be honest about your fear. Be honest about your rage. Be honest about your sadness, and inquire. Go deeper. Look into the source of that and transform that energy into self-love, into elevation, into changed behavior, into giving yourself permission to truly live authentically from your soul and do what your heart compels you to do. Okay, that was the first message for the week. That sounds quite like a good message. The second set of cards I'm gonna choose from is the Gateway of Light. So with this one, we're dealing with more celestial consciousness. So the two cards that fell out there, that says, okay, so the first card that came out is Karmic Board Clearing. So this is all basically giving us the same kind of understanding that we're going through a mass clearing and a mass purge that's going to help us to clear our karma, not just collectively, not just individually, not just ancestrally, but on a mass level. And it's once we've cleared that karma, that's going to allow us to now walk and live in our truth and live our true authentic stories, to rewrite the story, because you are not the past and you are not the experiences. So this is a karmic board clearing, which is basically showing us that collectively that is what we're going through. And again, the next card that came up is the Stargate Heart. I was just speaking about the heart. So in order for us to move into 5D, move into heart-centered consciousness, we have to go through healing the wounds. We have to lighten the heart in order for us to be able to bring in this new energy, because all of the pain that we're holding, all of the pain that we've been going through needs to be let go, so that we can now move into a space of liberated living and learn to love and hold and support and care for each other. You know, do for others as you would like done for ourselves. This is all about us coming back into our humanity. And in order for us to do that, we have to kind of move through all of the wounds and things that we think make us separate, and actually recognize the things that actually unify us. We have to get over our fears so that we can be open to love again, and be open to love, and to love, to being loving and to be loved. All right. Bless you. Greetings, Lily Smiles. Oh, no problems. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so if those resonated with you, then please do send me some hearts. And if you have a question and you'd like me to pick a card for you, then put a comment in the question box below. All right, it's very deep work and it takes much courage. It does, but it's exactly what you came here to do. And I suppose when you realize that it's exactly what you came here to do and that you already know how to do it, and that there's no life or death way of dealing with it, that all you need to do is just figure it out in the way that feels authentic to you, then you've cracked it. We make it so much harder on ourselves because we tether ourselves to the experiences. And that's why children are so powerful, because they're not tethered to experiences. They're not tethered to this reality. They're not tethered to right or wrong. It's us that informs them of the dangers and limitations. It is us that, you know, heavies and burdens their heart and etches away at their imagination. So we have to develop that balance between our inner child and our inner wisdom. Right? They hold each other's hands, just like the elders are the bridge for the younger ones. We have to also recognize how our inner child and our wisdom work together hand in hand, because we really do complicate this experience of life. Now, I know that that sounds really a simplified way of saying it, but it just is what it is. And when you untether yourself from, the attachment to it, you realize that it is a game, it is a dream. And if you look at it like that, it becomes a lot easier to navigate. You are literally a spirit having a human experience. So if that's the case, we need to detach a bit more from the rigidness of our experiences and actually start observing it, start being more lighthearted in our experience. The next card that came out was balance. Okay, so we are going through a major shift that is going to help us bring everything into balance. And you've got the 11 there as well, a gateway that we are all moving through. A new world, a new earth is being born, but it starts within, because we're always looking for these great cataclysms outside of ourselves without recognizing that each one of us is a light that's going to turn on and activate this collective ascension for the rest of us. All right, brilliant.